Hey there world, I'm the Courageous Goldfish, and today I'm back for my second haul in like 2 weeks. Truthfully, I was not expecting to be back so soon. Usually I don't post hauls like this back to back, but I did finally get in some pre-orders from Big Bad Toy Store, and I know you guys have been excited to see them, so I thought, why not? Let's make them back to back. Some of you might recall about 2.5 years ago now, I unboxed this Eternal Sailor Moon figure from the Glitter and Glamour's Bandai line. Fun fact is that I actually ended up ordering a full set of inner Senshi and a full set of outer Senshi as well, but I had to order them off of an American retailer, and the international release for these Glitter and Glamours has just been a complete mess from the start. So I've been waiting on any movement for any of these other Sailor Senshi for a while now, and so I'm super duper excited. I've got 3 of them to unbox with you today. So yes, I am so excited that there's finally some movement on this Glitter and Glamours line. I've been waiting very patiently and I'm really excited to get into it. As well, I got a random notification one day that one of my Nendoroid pre-orders was actually like 3 months early. So I also have my Waddle Dee Nendoroid! I am so excited to talk about him. He is absolutely adorable, and he was 3 months early. He was supposed to release in September, I believe, was the slated shipping date. So I'm excited. The reason why I really like using Big Bad Toy Store if I have to buy from an American company is because they have a pile of loot feature, which is basically just a fancy way of saying warehouse shipping. They'll hold on to your stuff for you for 3 months so that you could ship stuff together and like combine it to save on shipping, which is really nice. But I was nervous because I'd never used this before and I wasn't sure how much it was gonna cost. I was so nervous for no reason. It was like 30 bucks to ship all 4 of these, and they're pretty big boxes too. Like, I got an Nendoroid box, of course, and then I've got like 3 of these like decently big and decently wide prize figure boxes, and it was still like 30 bucks. So yeah, honestly, I really cannot complain. So far, the service has been great, aside from the delays, which is not really their fault. But before we get into that, I do have a small, slightly sinful confession to make to you. If you are no stranger to this channel, you probably sense what is coming because I never preface anything with those words unless it is about a Funko Pop. I'm sorry, I've sinned. I don't even really like Funko Pops over much anyways, but I feel like we always have this conversation when I bring one to show that I honestly just buy them because I can get characters that don't get merch. I always say that I'm never gonna sit here and defend myself, and then that's what I proceed to do for the next 5 minutes, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna say I've been looking for this one for a while. I finally found her for a decent deal. I picked her up secondhand off Facebook Marketplace, and I'm happy about it, okay? I think she's cute. I really love Marjorie, and she is my favorite Game of Thrones character, so I was like, yeah, give me that sweet Marjorie merch, and she looks freaking awesome next to Cersei. So bite me. She's cute. I really like her, and she's probably the last Funko Pop that I'll have. Honestly, I seriously mean that this time. I say that seriously. I say that very seriously, because now that they're actually putting out Seraph of the End merch, and I got those really cool acrylic stands a couple of months ago, I don't need the Shinua Pop anymore. So I've been freed. I've been freed from this prison. This is the key to get out. I'm out. I'm free. I'm out of Funko jail. Anyways, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Let's talk about Waddle Dee. Honestly, the amount of pure joy that this tiny little magnetic object gives me is actually unreal. I love him. He is so cute. Is he worth it necessarily? Probably not. The Nendoroids are expensive. I'm not really a Nendoroid girly, but I am, however, very excited about the Waddle Dee. I have loved Waddle Dee since I was a small child, and so this just kind of like, I guess, brings out some kind of weird like psychological repression I have, where it's like Waddle Dee just like turns off the logic in my brain. So here he is. Waddle Dee here comes with 4 different faceplates. He has a standard expression, an angry expression, a blissful expression, and a worried expression, which kind of makes me sad to look at because he's a precious being that deserves protecting. He also comes with 4 extra parts. He comes with a spear, a bandana, an apple, and an extra arm part. I honestly don't have too many things to note about how many accessories he comes with. However, from my knowledge of the Kirby Nendoroid, he does come with a lot more accessories than Waddle Dee does, which does make sense, but considering how much you get with Kirby, it would not be difficult to put in everything that comes with Waddle Dee as well. Namely, I feel like he is missing a parasol. I feel like if they added a parasol to this Nendoroid, he'd be perfect. But parasol or no parasol, I am glad that I did decide to pick him up. I feel like I would have regretted it if I didn't, especially because he was a re-release and his original release was like stupid on the aftermarket. This is one of those ones that I never would have considered picking up aftermarket, but because he got a re-release, I was tempted, and honestly, I can't be mad. Did I necessarily need him? No, I don't think I needed him. But he is really cute, he does bring me joy, and now I can put him next to my boyfriend's Kirby Nendoroid and everything will be right with the world. So, I still count it as a win. If I was stoked about this Waddle Dee, I was even more nervous about these Glitter and Glamours girls because, oh my god, I just did not know what to expect. Well, I sort of knew what to expect. Again, I did order this Eternal Sailor Moon from the same line a couple of years ago, and I had a decent enough experience with her to justify picking up the other 9. However, gorgeous as she is the literal definition of the Lego sound. You brush up against her, a slight breeze comes by, her wings are coming off, her hair's falling off, her stand's coming undone, she's falling over, her arm is coming out. Like, it's literally the Lego sound. So although she is cute, over the years, I have gotten quite annoyed with having to put her back together so many times. She also did come with some pretty serious scuffs and marks when I first unboxed her, all of which I was able to get out with a magic eraser, so I wasn't worried about it. But of course, you never want to see that from them coming straight out of the box. So I was a little bit worried about quality. I knew that I was going to be able to suck it up and appreciate to have them, but I really didn't know what to expect, and I was really hoping that they were taking the extra time on the international release to make sure that they were really good. The other really funny part about this is that I didn't actually specifically buy these as birthday presents for myself, but they ended up showing up exactly right on my birthday, so that was kind of funny. And honestly, you guys, oh my gosh, they are gorgeous! They are so cute. Of course, I was a little bit nervous about my decision to invest in this set, especially since they're prize figures. I was worried I'd put all my eggs in one basket and I'd end up disappointed and out a couple $100. I tested the line before when I ordered the Eternal Sailor Moon, and I liked her well enough to overlook any quality problems with her, but I really wasn't sure how to feel anymore as the months dragged on and the delays stacked up. I'm extremely happy to report that any negative feeling I had completely dissolved the second I opened up these gorgeous girls. They are honestly so good. You can really notice a huge difference in quality as compared to Eternal Sailor Moon from a couple years ago. They don't seem to fall apart nearly as easily, they didn't come with near as many scratches and bruises out of the box, and honestly, you can just really tell that they've been putting effort into making these better and better with every release. Their colors are so nice, I have little to no paint problems or QC defects, and I just think at this scale they really make a statement. The Glitter and Glamours figures stand at about 9 inches, decently bigger than a standard prize or a pop-up parade. What really stands out to me though are probably the eyes on these girls. In my opinion, I could honestly say I have scale figures that have less impressive eyes than these crane prizes. I think they really just have a lot of expression and depth, they seem very shiny and bright, and they're very true to the reboot art style. I'm so glad I took the leap on these because I can't wait to have a full set, and honestly, I can't think of any serious critiques I'd have to make. Of course, they aren't perfect to the letter. Sailor Moon has some black marks on her forehead and a slight scuff to the ombre of her skirt, and Jupiter has a very slight scratch on the front of her bow, but honestly, aside from that, the slight flaws are so minuscule, I don't find they really even count, especially when I'm reminded that these are literally prize figures. They are simple, but still exceedingly detailed, right down to their tiaras and earrings. Mercury in particular has 3 piercings on one earlobe, and they're painted very cleanly. I really appreciate the attention to detail on that. One thing that I do have to note though is that they all went up for pre-order staggered from each other, which is fine, but the Inner Sailor Senshi got 2 versions, as is typical for this line. The glitter and glamours typically come in 2 different versions, the A version in a brighter, more screen-accurate palette, and the B version with a lighter, more pastel palette. I personally was conflicted with which version to choose when I was deciding that I was going to buy the set, and I actually ended up being super grateful that I settled on the A versions because the Outer Sailor Senshi are only getting 1 release in the brighter palette. If I had have started collecting the B versions, it would have bothered me that I couldn't make my set match. I think that's a little bit of a weird choice, but truthfully Outer Senshi merch is rarer to see, so I'll just take my lucky W and shut up about it. But yeah, I mean, overall, I would absolutely not hesitate to pick these up if you think you'd like to have them. They're honestly really nice, and I cannot wait to fill out the rest of my set. Mars and Venus have had several delays of their own already, and actually the Outer Senshi are slated to start arriving in September and finish in December. I highly doubt that that's actually going to be the case unless they have somehow found a way to catch up with these international releases. I don't think I'll see the rest of these before the end of the year. However, I am absolutely excited that I was able to get these 3 already because it completely dissolved any kind of negative feelings I had. Now I'm just excited about these again, and that makes me super duper happy. It's actually kind of funny because this was the first figure I ever had. This I bought in, I don't know, it would have been like my first ever anime convention, I think. She's been in my collection almost a decade now, and she was like my prized possession for a long time. And so, I don't know, just seeing them next to each other kind of makes me emotional. This is the Girls' Memories Sailor Jupiter. They also did a full set of Sailor Senshi for this line as well, but this was like a long time ago. These are really old now. So this versus, I guess the modern day equivalent is the Glitter and Glamours. You can obviously tell much higher quality, much better. I like these ones a lot, actually. I was not expecting to like them as much as I do. But that's gotta about do it for me today, friends. Thank you so much for watching this haul. I know I don't usually do them back to back like this, but Won Hobby is next week, and so next week I was wanting to turn my attention to the new announcements and all that kind of thing, so you will be getting another Wine and Won Hobby hopefully next week. I'm still really enjoying making those, and the Summer Wonfest is usually the biggest of them all, so I'm really excited to see what these companies have to bring for us. I also did hear that there's a couple of like key manufacturers that are not doing Wonfest this time. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's a couple of them that are breaking off to do a different thing called Mega Hobby Expo, I think it's called. It happens at the end of August. I'm not sure if that's like a standard. I can't remember that ever being the case in previous years, but I might have to make a video on that one as well and just call it, maybe we'll call it Margaritas and Mega Hobby. Who knows? But Wine and Wonfest is coming to you next week. But of course, in any case, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Woo! Oh, girl.